welcome to this week's QuaranTeams show. We are a trip down memory lane at the Priory Park where we held our Corona Run 2. Coming up on today's show, we've got highlights from last week's QuaranTeams run in Tipton. We've got our weekly stats talk from Tom Holden, and we will also be doing a special trip to the White House to see how your donations have made a difference to them.
So first of all, we're going to have a look at some of the highlights from last weekend's fixture down at Weddell Wind. Let's see how they got on.
Oh, there's her. Sorry. Nice and control, nice and relaxed, well done. Running. Go on, Kath, great running. All the way to the finish. On the path, go back onto the path. Good running. Let's go long stride. These videos. Go on, mate. Big finish. You've done most of the hard work. Right running. Pick it up now. You're top of that hill. Stu.
Right, Stu, go on, Ben.
Go on, Ben, go on, boys. Good running.
Okay, so it was a great weekend of running down at Weddell Wind. The Twats were jammy twats this weekend. They finished first in a time of 2 hours 38, but they would have finished, according to my calculations, they would have finished in around 5th position had they not been lucky on the tombola.
Who are they paying, do you reckon, to fix it?
I don't know. I think Freddie Tom's Freddie sorted that one out, so blame him, blame little Freddie. The vaccines were second, and the Phantom Menaces in their new run kit, they look like traffic cones, didn't they? They look like
highlighters, I think.
Like car park attendants. They finished third this week, so that's the top 3 this week.
We had some really good individual performances. So Kate Williams ran just over 21 minutes for Team Infinity. Cam Lomax made his debut for the Run Dana Mentors in 1930, which is a fantastic run from him. And the Adam and Ryan Queenie,
they did 16:45 together.
16:45 together. They did literally run side by side. We were egging them on to one of them to lead it out, but they were just stuck together. So quite brotherly camaraderie then, but they're not in the same team.
Brotherly love.
Not in the same team, so they need to think about the team, really, don't they?
No. So yeah, other mentions. Ian Welshie-Williams won it this week in 15:43, closely followed by the Craftsman in 15:52, and then Bobby Medriff didn't get under 16 off. He didn't get under 16 minutes unfortunately this week, but I'm sure he'll be back next week. And Amy Williams won the ladies' race in.
She had a flyer.
She did.
1852.
1852, yeah.
She was storming away this week, so well done to Amy. Brilliant. And the Welsh-Williams household, who remain victorious yet again.
Yeah, annoyingly. Okay, so we'll go to Tom now for his weekly stats talk, and let's see what he's got for us this week.
It's recording. Sorry, I was just listening to a song that Ad Guy recommended to me. Okay, I'm just a little bit big here. Let's get down a little bit. Right, so this week, stats talk. I'm coming back to how much people have improved by, because I think it's really interesting statistic, and it shows you which teams are getting better as the series is going along. So I'm comparing Q1 to Q3 here. And what I've done is I've found out the difference. So this column here is the difference in times, and everyone has improved from Q1 to Q3. All 66 people who did both of them, which is great. Obviously, the course was a bit quicker this week, so that made a difference. But I think it's fair to say that people are improving all the time. Now we can see the first two. Stephen Hogan apparently didn't do the first week. However, he did have a time on Strava, so maybe he just jogged it around on a Sunday run or something like that. He made the biggest improvement, 5:20. Rich Peters coming up again here, 4:20. Fantastic improvement. Great time of 22:51 this week. The first QuaranTeams runner who in this list is Danny Sedgley, a 3:38 improvement. So again, well done, Danny, for trying this week. And I think one of the biggest performances of the weekend was Loz Heathcock getting his first sub 20 in a while, running 3 minutes 10 quicker than his first performance. So really well done. And he's in there. Darren Mason, 2:42 improvement. Brilliant. Okay. Now, so I've done that in terms of actual time changes. Let's put them in rank order in terms of percentage change, because I think that levels it out a little bit. So I don't want smallest, I want largest to smallest. Okay, Rosa didn't run both of them, so I don't know why she's coming at the top there. But again, you can see Loz Heathcock at the top, Danny Sedgley there. Big performance by Tom Bentley again this week. Sub 17 minutes. He's looking, he's really coming on. His times are really coming on at the moment. So well done to Tom. So what I then thought we'd do is have a look at how that affects teams and how the teams have been doing overall. Okay, so we're going to go from smallest to largest. So I've grouped them in terms of teams here. If I drag this over, this shows me the average improvement in terms of time and the average improvement in terms of percentage. Now, again, I'm not sure why that's coming up. Oh, it's because Rose is, just get rid of that. Okay, there you go. Right, perfect. So if we just go to the sheet, I've ranked them, and we can see the team that improved both in terms of percentage and actual time is the Ahads Assassins with an average improvement of 1 minute 37. And let's have a look. Who's this right down the bottom? Team Williams and Team Sedgley. On average, only a minute 3 improvement, and percentage-wise, only 4.8%. Everyone's coming back to them, as we noticed this week. However, they still ended up winning. And why did they still end up winning? Because they got lucky. Okay, so I thought we'd look into this a little bit more closely. If we look into this a little bit more closely, we can actually, not there, we can go to, in terms of the time. So what I did was, they obviously had Isabel, who was feeling ill this week. Hopefully Izzy's feeling better and she'll be able to run again this week. So I thought, what if Izzy made the same improvement as everyone else? So I haven't taken the actual average improvement. I've taken the percentage improvement because I think that's a little bit fairer. So if Izzy improved by 4.8%, like the rest of the team did, she would have come up with a time of, I think this was right. Might not be actually. No, I've put it in. That's that. Okay, we'll come back to that in a second. If she'd have, this basically would have been the team time. So 2 hours and 44.03. That would have been a massive 4 minutes slower than the vaccines. Now I thought, what if they'd have been unlucky as the tank engines and got a time of 26:30? Well, this would have been their time. Okay, and let's go to the overall. If we put that into the overall team results, where would they have finished? Well, they would have finished in 5th place. So it's for certain Team Williams and Team Sedgley were extremely lucky this week with their Corona Tombola. But I guess that's the way of the Corona Tombola. Okay, that's it for me for this week. Come back next week because I'm going to do a correlation between the number of markings that are made on the ground and the number of people getting lost. And from that, we're going to work out a nice little formula to help our guy not get arrested next week. Okay, see you next week. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Tom, for that stats talk for another week. So now we're hearing from one of our team captains. I think half of Tipton may have seen a raining, yellow, bright, highlighter coloured beacon running across the old locks on Saturday morning because Phantom Menaces decided to purchase some bright yellow running wear to rival their Tipton vests, just to, as a memory, keep that team united, team spirit together. So let's hear from Mark Phantom and how his team are performing.
All the people, so many people, make all go hand in hand, hand in hand through their can't lie. You know what I mean?
Good evening, guys. Committee have asked me to do a short interview on this week's racing. I'm sure some of you might be sick of the sight of my face now, but they've asked me to do it, talk about the famous Phantom Menace vests and how the weekend went in general. I think this is my favourite weekend of the series so far, and a lot of that credit's got to go down to young Will Evans and Brooksy for their race on the Friday, which was great viewing. Really enjoyed it, really got me in the mood for the weekend. So then obviously my team, we planned to run Saturday morning when we were going to get our vests, but Ian Williams, our lead guy, he had other ideas. He'd made his mind up, he was going to put a marker down early this weekend. So Ian had said, do we mind if he went out Thursday and did his run? And he did. He ran an incredible time of 15:43, and what a marker he put down, because it was the best time of the weekend. So he did achieve what he set out to do. Fantastic run, Ian. So the rest of us met up Saturday morning to get our vests, which I'd like to say thank you to Adam Guy, who made that happen. Fantastic design work, great effort to get them done and ready in time for the race. So cheers, Ad, for that. And yeah, we all started together. The mood was fantastic. We were really up for it. Everybody was having a laugh, and I think it really helped us. Ben Foster was our lead guy in the morning, running 17:47. I think it was incredible. Then Dave and myself. Dave had made his mind up, I think, to tag on to me early in the race. He knows I go out fast and hard over the first mile, and Dave did that, tucked in behind me. And I know that Dave always finishes strong because he always comes past me in nearly every race I do, and this race was no different. Halfway stage, he uses his strength on the second half of the race, uses his experience, came past me, and I tried my best to tag on to him, and he dragged me round. Dave running 19:38 and myself 19:54. So a great time for Dave, and I was really pleased. Next, we had Adam Guy, who made great improvement this week. Still not back to his best, but he's getting there. Nearly 2 minutes off his time. 20:50 he ran. Well done, Ad. Then we had Bella, who again is improving after the knee injury. 21:02, minute quicker than last week. Well done, Bells, fantastic. Then our new guy, who joined us this week, replacing Col Lewis, who was injured, Rich Owen, who ran, I think it was 21:59, sub 22. Fantastic effort by Rich. He gave it 100%. Collapsed on the line at the finish. So well done. Cheers, Rich. Great effort. Look forward to next week. And then Super Sarah, who brought us home. Again, another minute off the previous time. She's took a minute off each week. So fantastic, Sarah. Well done. Brilliant team effort. Really enjoyed it. A little bit disappointed to be third. We were hoping for first or second this week. But hats off to the vaccines, who put in an absolutely fantastic performance. Team of the weekend, really. But we go on to this week, back to Penn, and determined to finish higher than we did this week. So we'll see you all there. Cheers, guys.
Thanks for that, Mark. And now a special feature with Amy at the White House Cancer Support in Dudley. They're our chosen charity this series for the Corona Run and the QuaranTeams series. And through the sale of t-shirts and the fundraising from the Corona Run Big Tour that we did a few weeks ago, we've managed to raise a massive £1,400 for them to help them with their work supporting cancer patients in the Dudley area.
So we're here at the White House today to find out a bit more how your money is being well spent. So I'm here with Kelly, the Support and Information Officer at the White House. So hello, thank you for talking to us today.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
So if you could just talk to us a bit more about the White House and what it is you do to help support cancer patients in the area.
Yeah, so the White House has been active for just over 35 years. We are a local charity that provide practical and emotional support for anybody affected by a cancer diagnosis. So whether that's somebody that's actually got cancer or had cancer, their friends and family, and we also support people that have suffered a bereavement as a result of a cancer diagnosis.
So what are the main ways that you support cancer patients?
We've got 4 main support services. We offer a transport service providing obviously transport to and from hospital appointments for treatment. We support all the local hospitals, Russell, the QE, New Cross, but we have also supported people that have had to go for more specialist support, maybe to like Stoke or Manchester. All of our drivers are volunteers. A lot of them have either used the service or known somebody that's used the service and as a result wanted to give something back. We provide complementary therapies, so things like Reiki, aromatherapy, massage, which again are accessible to either the person with cancer or the people supporting them. And one of our sort of main growing services has been the one-to-one counselling support that we provide to people. So we offer initially 8 sessions free of charge, but we do extend if people need it. Again, the complementary therapies and the counselling is all provided by volunteers. And then we offer a lot of peer support groups and activities as well, so leave them very open and relaxed, where people, you don't have to sign up or book an appointment. They can just come as and when they feel able to. So we try to provide an all-round approach really to offer that support for people.
I think being here today is obviously a White House. It does feel like a house, so it's very comfortable and cosy.
No Donald Trump.
No
here.
Donald
I must
Trump.
say that's a bonus. Yes.
And I know when my mum was using the services, she felt like exactly that it was somewhere to kind of come and kind of relax as much as you can when you're going through such a stressful time. So how has coronavirus kind of impacted you?
Oh, greatly. Obviously, the only funding that we receive is our transport service is partially funded by Dudley CCG to support them. But everything else that we provide is reliant on donations, which has obviously been greatly affected because a lot of people that would have organised events and would have had things going on has all had to be cancelled. So our funding streams have been massively affected over the last 3 months, and unfortunately we just don't know how long that's going to go on for. There is funding that we can apply for, which is fantastic, but obviously there's a lot of charities applying for that. So every penny that we raise goes to supporting the people that we see here.
Well, we are very glad and happy to have supported you from this time. So I think everyone will join me in thanking the White House for the services that they provide to everyone within our local area. So all I've got to do is present the cheque for the money that we have all raised as the running kind of Corona family. So it's great to hear how useful it is, and
it really is. And it was quite funny actually. Me and my husband were having a walk around Baggeridge, and I saw a man in a t-shirt, and I was like, "You've got our t-shirt on!" And luckily he'd walked past, run past very swiftly. And Dale was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "He's got our t-shirt on, didn't you see it?" And he was like, No, I didn't. Well, he was running too quick, to be honest. We were just slowly walking. But no, and thank you to you, Amy. You know, again and again, you know, you support us, and yeah, we're just very, very grateful for everybody's support. It means a lot to us.
Oh,
so
thank you.
I'd have a hug at the moment, can we?
Virtual hug.
Yeah.
Bill?
Okay, thanks for that, Amy. It's great to see how your kind donations are being put to good use down at the White House.
So this week, on to this week, QuaranTeams number 4. We're at Windsor Playing Fields in Penn this week, which is, I think, just behind the Wallstone School, for those of you that know the area. It is the Craftsman's course this week, the first one that he has produced for the Corona Run series. So I reckon Bobby and Welshie need to look out for some booby traps on the way. God knows what is going to be plotted, but I reckon there could be something. We'll obviously be doing the Grand Prix race this week.
Yeah,
with
races, some exciting races coming up.
With several races planned across the weekend, so watch out for the lives, be glued to your phone just so you don't miss any of the action. And other than that, I think it's good luck to all the teams, especially my team, Ahad's Assassins. I think we're coming up on the sly, so everyone else be prepared.
I'm hoping Infinity finish higher up the table this week as well. I wasn't pleased last week, I was a bit annoyed.
And if anyone runs alongside a twat, make sure you trip them over.
Yeah, we can't be having these twats winning every week, okay? So let's make sure that they don't win this week. But yeah, an exciting weekend of racing coming up. Don't forget to sign up for a race of 6 people if that's what interests you. But for now, I think that's it for this week.
Yeah. So
Have
bye-bye
a good
from
weekend
the
of
Priory.
racing. Okay, bye-bye. See you later.
Return of the twat. It is. Return of the twat. Come on. Return of the twat. Oh my God. You knew that I'd be back. Here I am. Return of the twat. Once again. Return of the twat. Take on the world. Return of the twat. In bed with Moscow. You knew that I'd be back. Here I go. Return of the twat. It is. Return of the twat. Come on. Return of the twat. Oh my God. You knew that I'd be back. Here I am. Return of the twat. Once again. Return of the twat. Take on the world. Return of the twat. In bed with Moscow. You knew that I'd be back. Here I go. Return of the twat. It is. Return of the twat. Come on. Return of the twat. Oh my God. You knew that I'd be back. Here I am. Return